Hey everyone, Carrie Beck here, Family eBiz, and I am live trying to hold my computer and tell y'all some things. I wanted to finish out telling you um, my digital course story. I started this a week or so ago, but I sort of stopped in the middle of it. I told you my 5 mistakes that I had made, and also I am holding this computer, so I may be a little wigglier than I normally am. But let me just sort of review those mistakes, and then let's continue on to what happened in 2021. 2021 was a pivotal time for me, and that's what I really want you to be able to hear about. But these are my 5 mistakes. You can go back and listen to part one if you want to hear more details about it. But I didn't make my course in the past. I had all sorts of things that I tried to do. I didn't make it easy to consume. It was overwhelming information. Number two, I didn't focus on one course. I was selling something different every month and no one knew what I stood for. Number three, I didn't have a marketing funnel that followed a proven plan. Number four, I discounted the course. It was so low for the value, and I learned a lot in 2021. And then number five, I ended up turning it into a course, but it was 12 weeks long, and people gave up long before those 12 weeks. So, what happened in 2021? And y'all know I've been talking about digital courses, I've been talking about Amy Porterfield, but it really made a change in my life. And I just have to be really honest. I'm not just like making this up. I'm going to tell you some of the things that this helped me do. I'm also going to give you some hints about things that you can do if you are selling a digital course. So, I did invest in Digital Course Academy. I knew it would be a lot of work, but one of the things is I made a deal with myself, and I said, you know what? It's going to be a lot of money, but I am going to recoup my investment within 3 or 4 months, and I'm going to actually make that money back and start making a profit. I just said that's just the way it's going to be. I knew that this would give me a proven plan so I could overcome number three. I knew that this would teach me how to make it easy to consume and get rid of all the unnecessary things. That was number one. And number five, I wanted to increase my price. I was selling my information for $37, way too cheap for what I was doing. Um, and then I learned, and I didn't know this, but I was going to focus only on one course. That was number two. So, Digital Course Academy, there are a lot of things that it did, and some things that I continue to use to this day. One, an accountability pod. I met every week with my accountability partners, and we had to tell what we had done. And that was tremendous. We met on Tuesdays. A lot of times Monday, I was at the coffee shop getting my work done, but I got it done, and that was awesome. I also revamped my entire course so I could help moms find success. I was just sending it out to them. I wasn't helping them get success and transformation in their life. And so I've done that. And not only that, from a business perspective, I was able to start getting transformation stories. And it was so encouraging to me to see that people's lives and their homeschools were really changed because my course is Raising Leaders, Not Followers. It's in the homeschool niche. Another thing I did was I gained the confidence to increase my price from 37 to 197. And people are like, I mean, I still have some of my mastermind students are like, I don't know, I can't sell something for 197. I really think it was because I followed a proven plan through Digital Course Academy to be able to set this up properly and be able to show people the transformation they would receive. And I have people paying 197 every single time I've launched it. I learned, and one of the things, this is just a little tip for you, to add value and quit giving coupon codes. If you're giving coupon codes all the time, you are not building value. You are devaluing your course. And so that was something I learned. I also learned how to set it up so that they can actually consume it with audio and video trainings of certain links and all sorts of things. And then PDFs that were helpful to go. And people love to print things out. So I learned how to combine those as well. So if you're not offering video, audio, and PDFs, you are missing something. And I would encourage you to start doing that in your courses as well. I learned how to set up a webinar that truly sells. Now, I have to tell you, we have been using webinars since 2006. I believe in webinars. But what I learned in 2021 and 2020, when I had lost half my income and I had to remake my business, is I needed to up my game. And instead of trying to relearn it all myself, I'm just going to pay someone to tell me exactly where we are right now. And so I did. And I learned how to set it up in a little bit of different format. It was similar, but a little bit different format than what I had been doing. I used the prep time at the beginning. I sort of did forward pacing. If you have never done future pacing, that is something I would encourage you to do. in both your sales letters and your webinars. Then I would give really good content that people could, whether they bought or not, they could walk away with different tips that they could implement right then. Then I spent the last part doing sales and eventually into Q&A. And I learned that I would have some pre-made questions or questions people had asked me so that if no one was brave enough to put something in the chat immediately, I could also start answering those questions. So that would be one thing that I would really encourage you. Need to use a webinar to be able to sell your course. So these are things I've learned. I hope you will take some of them. Another thing is to prepare my list for the launch. Now I knew this. We did this so much back in 2008 to 12, and I had just quit doing it when it got close, recently. And so I actually began to develop lead magnets that were very specific to my course to grow my list. So I started offering these lead magnets that started growing my list. And then I had the right people on my list as well. Then what's next? Weekly content. Every week I would give weekly content of value that directed them eventually to my webinar and to my course. In a full launch, that would be 4 weeks of weekly content. You can start doing that right now if you're doing a full launch. And in a soft launch, I would do about 2 weeks of weekly content. I actually learned a cool trick on pre-selling my course. I made money before I had even created it. Isn't that cool? I will leave a link to a podcast that would show you exactly how to do that because I don't have time to go into it. But that is something I learned in DCA. I was able to launch my course even though I had not created it. I learned how to do that as well, and you should be able to do that as well. Then when I launched my course, the cool thing I loved was already having email templates, webinar slide templates, social media templates, sales page. They had everything. And there are some other courses out there. They will tell you how to launch, but they don't give you near the amount of templates that they had that I got from Amy. So that's why I love it. But some of you are probably going, okay, Carrie, I get it, but I just can't afford DCA. And you are right. Some of us can't. But I think some of that's in your head because you're thinking, what if it doesn't work and I spend that much money? But what if it really does? What if that little small voice says, what if? And it actually does. That's what happened to me. And again, I just said I made a deal with myself. I was going to recoup all of the money that I spent on DCA in my first launch. It took a lot of time, but it was well worth it. And then it was just wash, rinse, repeat. And that's really what I've been doing. I tweak it here and there to improve it as well. And I thought, why should I figure this out myself? I would spend a year trying to figure it out, and it would not be following one person, and then it would just be a big mishmash of things. So, sorry for the movement. Um, I am here because I want to help you succeed and make more money than I made with raising leaders, not followers. And so, what I have done is put together a special hold your hand bonus package, something, because I really would love for you to join me in DCA. And I am an alumni. I tripled my income after the first year compared to those little $37 launches. And I was making what, two or three, $400 maybe in one launch. But over the year, I tripled my income from what I had made the year before with raising leaders. So, well, here's what I have to offer you. I want to offer you anyone that uses my partner link. I'm going to give you 3 live group coaching calls at critical points in the course. It's a 6-week course. So we'll have a coaching call after the course topic modules. Then we'll have another one after pre-launch and launch plan. That will include lead magnets, weekly emails, weekly content emails, and a sales page. And then after your webinar plan. Why this? Because I want to help you stop the overwhelm. Some of you are like, I'm going to spend a lot of money and I'm going to have time. We're going to stop the overwhelm. I'm going to help you gain confidence with a proven plan, and we're going to help you hold accountable. That's a lot of it. And so I will help you do that. And I want to give you good feedback on each of these important areas. So it will be discussing the work that you're actually doing. So there's one thing, and that is a value of $300. The other thing is a webinar checklist to make sure that you've truly included. You're going to get slides and all that, but I've got my own checklist that I'm going to give you. That's a value of $50. And then something brand new I'm working on. The Busy Moms DCA Planner. Y'all are busy. I get it. How do we fit this in? Well, I want to do this by week basis, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to be doing and how much time you should be spending. And that way you can sort of plan your schedule at the beginning of each week and book that time with yourself, book that time with DCA, and then meet with your accountability pod as well. Now, I do have a special fast action bonus. For the first 5 people that sign up with DCA, I am going to do a one-on-one review of your outline and your course launch. This is worth $250. I want to help you decide on your course and plan your launch and give you some valuable feedback. Um, and if I'm not sure about something, I have got partners that can help us if you've run into something that's not working. You can find out all of these things if you go to familyebiz.com/DCA bonus. I think the link is in the description wherever you're listening. Familyebiz.com/DCA bonus. If you are listening or watching this before we launch on Wednesday, September 20th, get over there and join the wait list. Even if you're unsure, get on that wait list and just see what she has to offer. She was going to be giving out a lot of bonuses, and if you sign up, you're going to want to get all of those. So just go to familyebiz.com/DCA wait. I would love for you to be able to have the time freedom that I have. I just got here to El Salvador. Hunter's sitting over there at a little table. You can see the background. It's not super pretty, but there is a river down there, and I can't see the beach, but we can walk about 2 minutes down, and the beach is right there. Can sort of see we've got hammocks, lots of greenery. We're in the rainforest. It's gorgeous here. I love El Salvador. I love coming. I come visit my friends as well. I would love for you. It may not be travel. It may be just having dinner with your family every single night and not having to work in the evening times, getting some of that freedom. It may be not worrying about the bills. It may be something else. It may be helping your kids grow up to be an entrepreneur as well. There's all sorts of reasons. But I would love I would love to help you be successful, get your course up and running, and make a lot of money so that you can fulfill your dreams of making an impact on the world or on your family or wherever. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. Let me know what questions you have. Carrie Beck, familyeviz.com. Thank you.